Dubin is political scientist who teaches at the IE Business School in Madrid. Joins us live now from the Spanish capital. Just give us an idea of, the potential candidates as we look at this portfolio, which is going to be absolutely key in Spain, given that Mariano Rajoy only speaks limited English. So obviously we're all watching who could get into this role. What do you expect to hear about the lineup today?
Well, this is one of the most fiercely guarded secrets in the Spanish state, so I'm not sure that I have any particular insight to add beyond any other speculation you can read in the newspapers these days. We know that Luis de Guindos, who was a banker at Lehman Brothers and is now a professor at my university, IE Business School, is someone who's very close to Rajoy and certainly in the running. González Páramo at the European Central Bank is also, of course, a candidate who's been talked about in the last few days. Rodrigo Rato, who we know has been active in Spanish politics forever and was at the IMF. He's now the president of Bankia. He fought very hard to get that position, and it's already been extremely lucrative for him. I think he's at a point of sort of reaping what he's sown in his political career and not really ready to come back to obviously a very, very difficult position. I think whoever it is, there's other people who have been talked about, for example, Cristobal Montero, who's been leading economic spokesperson for the Partido Popular in the opposition. I understand his English is not very good, and obviously that's a critical problem, as Rajoy's English is basically non-existent, and this is not a time to not be able to speak English if you are representing the economic portfolio of the Spanish government.
Yeah, the opposition, Ken, the opposition has wasted no time, have they, in basically slamming Rajoy for not providing enough detail on how he's going to cut the deficit, on how he's going to create jobs. Are we going to get more detail from him in terms of his economic policy today?
No.
That's the short answer.
He's going to be, yeah, he's basically going to continue the last round of the socialist budget. At the end of the year, we'll have some additional proposals, but not terribly significant. I think we're going to have to wait until we see the new budget in March to really see some very significant moves. There's a major regional election in Andalusia coming up in March, and until that election, they're going to do everything to not put in place changes that can really unsettle the electorate.
What about Rajoy's policy on the banks? What is the feeling, the sense that you get on the ground in Madrid? Is it that he's going in the correct direction with this? He's saying that another wave of consolidation is needed. Is there a feeling that if you were to sort out this industry, that effectively it puts the recovery on a much firmer footing, the economy in a much stronger position?
Well, certainly if you could sort out the Spanish banking sector, the Spanish economy would be in a much stronger position. Fundamentally, the problem in this country is a problem of debt. It's a problem for the banks, and it's a problem for private homeowners. I don't know that anyone has the recipe for solving that problem. Certainly talking about creating a bad bank or not creating a bad bank, about using a guarantee fund to make sure that bad assets are taken care of by the state. I'm not sure there's enough money in the Spanish state to take care of all those bad assets. And at the same time, one of his feature proposals that he has put on the table already is to return the tax deduction for home ownership, which every single economist says is a terrible, terrible, terrible idea and was one of the main contributors to the real estate bubble in the first place. So I'm not very convinced that he has any kind of grip on how we really need to solve the banking problem here in this country.
How difficult is it going to be to implement the reforms? We've seen already protests this year in Greece and in Italy. Are we going to see these same scenes in Spain next year?
Absolutely. He's basically put in his gun sights public sector employees. Public sector employees have already taken a hit. I'm also a professor at a public university here. We've already had our salaries cut once. He's already announced he's going to cut our salaries again. There's going to be changes in the law that are going to lead to lots of layoffs. And the public sector employees are the most organized sector of the Spanish labor market. So when organized employees get attacked, they go on strike.
Okay.
It's inevitable.
Well, thank you very much, Ken Dubin, Associate Professor at the IE Business School in Madrid. Appreciate your time.